So let's see where the pin is, Alec. Pin's right on the back right. Right?
Yep.
Okay, so Alec has, were you in the fairway?
I was in the fairway, yeah.
Okay, right here.
Yeah, just a little bit left.
255. So this green is about 50 yards wide. Okay. So Alec, where's your ball end up?
Unfortunately, right, but it's not
short right.
It wasn't short right. It was actually pin high. Because short right.
Was he pin high? No. You were chipping. So you shoved. You're on the back fringe putting for birdie.
I literally.
You were not pin high.
No.
Unless you shanked your chip to the back fringe.
I was right at the line.
You're right on the front part of the green to the right. You were not pin high because you chipped it to the back fringe. Unless you shanked it sideways to the back fringe. Because you're chipping this way.
But like, I was, okay, yeah, whatever. Yeah,
okay, so, one, if you're going to go for this green, 250 yards off the fairway, you got to be aiming over here and take enough club, which he landed right where that yellow line is. So he probably didn't have enough club if he hits it a hair, and he takes that line but pulls it. Now he's in the crap. He's got to take more than enough club to take that line in case he pulls it, he's safe, right? But he took this line, who knows where he's aiming, say he's aiming there, he pushed it, and ends up there, which, why I say lucky, where do the slopes go? Right? That's lucky. And in golf, you don't usually get lucky.
You gotta create your own luck.
You gotta create your own luck by taking more than enough club, going left, so that's your miss. And you're good enough, you're good enough, potentially, because you just threaded the needle to be perfect there, that you're good enough to take enough club to get over that.
Yeah, I just didn't hit.
Because your 3-wood goes 280, I've seen it.
Yeah, I had to saw it off, so that's why I hit a cut. I aimed over the trees.
Okay, it doesn't matter what you did, you're wrong, okay.
Yeah, I know,
I'm just telling you how you eliminate your 83s and shoot more 69s and 75s is a bad day.
That goes back to stat tracking. I wish we knew what your...
That's why back to blast, you put left or right. Where's your miss?
What are you scoring on par 5s with that kind of distance?
Usually he's guessing. You don't know.
Yeah, that's why we need stats.
Where's your...
TJGT keeps your stats for all the things.
How many TJGTs did you play last year? 4? 6?
6 rounds.
You played 6 rounds. How many rounds of golf did you play last year?
Well, like
6 rounds is a very small sample.
I know.
Yeah.
Here's the second hole tee shot. Remember, I said to give me this run out right here. So I said shoot the bushes. So it was 294 for the boys. How far for the girls? What's that? So it was, oh yeah, you weren't here. So say 240. But that's to the bushes. The fairway runs out right, there. So where's the wide part of the fairway? Right about here, right? So you do have bushes here. Then you have bushes there, right? So you got to find the carry to this zone and know the run out to that zone, and then that big circle is your target. Because you're giving yourself a miss either way, as long as you carry it, say 220, or for the girls, 170. So you don't have to hit it very good. I had a teammate that chunked his driver off a tee numerous times in college golf, like terrible ball striker. He was an All-American, played in the U.S. Open our last year at Pepperdine, and got a low amateur. And I thought he was going to get exposed at the U.S. Open, but he's so genius about where he chunks it to that he can play. Like at New Mexico's tournament, 220-yard par 3, he chunks his 3-iron just in front of the ladies' tees. He has a full 9-iron in, but it was fine. He got up and down for par. Like he did it. It was the most frustrating, annoying thing ever. But he was so strategic, and his wedges and putter were good, but you don't have to be a good ball striker to play good golf. Like he averaged 72 and was an All-American, and he would have 64s, but then he would have like 78s when he was shanking it. But it was a 78 still because he managed his game so well. So Alec takes, what'd you hit, Alec? Driver?
I did hit driver.
So he has 294. So he's going to squeeze it up in there, and he got good. So on JP's 75 day, he pulled it off. On his 102 day, he went over here a couple times. There's 6 shots.
I have something to say that we were playing a format of best low ball to high ball.
So you were risking to be the high ball to screw your team.
I was risking the low ball because I knew I could put myself in a good position to go for inning 2.
So you're, let's say, a 74 average tournament player, right? Ish. Okay? So how many times, Brian, is a tour pro going to pull out that shot out of 10 with 300 yards carry distance at that much speed? You know, at a PGA Tour, average drive's like 290. So with 2 degrees off face the path, it's 25 yards of dispersion.
There's
This gap right here, look how narrow that is. Where
I'm just saying I wouldn't
there's
have hit that in
times to
return.
do that. There's times to do that shot, but
I'm just saying I wouldn't have hit that in return. If
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying.
Okay, so
But I understand.
what's the
what you're saying.
percentage out of 10 that a tour pro? Now you're probably 8 shots around worse than a tour pro.
I don't even think they would try it.
They wouldn't try it. They would pull it off. They could in casual. We weren't playing casual. We
Yeah.
had a competition going. It wasn't a tournament, but it was competition. People were watching. They'd probably pull it off half the time, like in a casual competition, probably 2 or 3 times in a tournament. You're going to pull it out 2 or 3 times in casual competition. So yeah, one of them was right there. Go take 10 balls under pressure and see how many times you hit it into a 10-yard wide fairway. Like we talk about proximity to target for PGA Tour pros is 5%. 15 yards left or right. That's about 15 yards wide, that fairway. And then it's all mounds. It can kick anywhere. So you only got to push it like a tour pro and you're out of play. You hit it absolutely perfect and you're fine, but I still beat you on the hole and I hit a hybrid. So.
Yeah. What do you have from if you lay up? The difference.
It's a 560-yard hole. And so what'd you – I think it might have been a hair downwind or something.
It was crosswind, and I was playing a cut off.
What'd you hit?
Driver.
Oh, no, in the green.
I had 254, but.
So he absolutely perfect at 254, all carry over a hazard. You can't like thin it and run it up or something.
And I hit a cut 3-wood, and I hit it just to the right, on about 10 yards right in the, or 15 feet right in the green.
So let's go to the approach. This is hole 1 that we played last week, right? So Sophia, what was your target? So there's a double fairway, right? So, what?
I end at the 150 stake.
On the right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sophia aims at the 150 stake on the right from this tee box. What was your reasoning for aiming at that right side? So there was no process, right?
Yeah.
So step 1 of the pre-shot routine is to evaluate, right, the trouble. So I'll put it in red. Trouble. Trouble. Because this all kicks that way. So now Sophia's target is at that 150 stake. How much room for error does she have? Oh, she's hitting a cut too, and she overcuts it as her miss to the right. So over here is a 150 pole. Whoops. Right? So where do you think she should have aimed from here? I mean, what do we have? It was, well, if you do your evaluation, it's probably 150 to clear that bunker. It's probably 180 to that bunker. So now we aim this way. Now, how big is our landing area? I mean, you could go, you're fine, you're in the rough, but you're not going to lose your ball. That's where, if you shoot 75, 102, that's because on the 75 you aimed where Sophia aimed, but you just caught it perfect, and it, it worked out. But on your 102, JP, you probably cut it into the hazard. There's no reason you should shoot 75 round 1, 102 round 2. in same conditions, same golf course. Would you agree? Do you change that much in 24 hours? But how many of you shot, say 78, 85? Like, it's still the same thing. Depending on the player, like, if I play my absolute, so last year, my high score was 77. My low score was like 68 in 5 tournaments. So that's pretty big, 68 to 77, but I'm not going to shoot 68 and then 90. Like, because on my bad days, I'm playing, when my 68s, I play safe and I make a couple putts. My 77s, I'm just like, everything's off, but I'm playing safe. I don't lose my ball. I don't waste shots, right? So that's how you become a consistent golfer. And on Junior Golf Scoreboard, they post all your tournament scores. Coaches can see every single one of your tournaments. And you put yourself at a disadvantage if you have, a 90s for boys or 100s in the girls. Like, that's just irrational to have that at your guys' everyone in this room's ability. But I listen to scores and I hear those scores all the time. Like, Alex at a level where 78 should be a horrendous day at a junior golf tournament, but he'll have an 83. Didn't you shoot an 83 at one point?
Yeah.
And if it's a hurricane, whatever, that can justify it. But with his ability level, him being able to hit it 340 yards, the only way he's going to shoot 83 is if he's. Let's go to the next hole. We'll show you how he shoots 83.
Yeah.
So anyways, does that make sense for tee shot strategy? You find the wide spot, you find the carry numbers if there is a fairway bunker. You choose a club that, say there was a bunker, right here. You want to find the distance between that carry and that run out. So it's probably 30 yards. And then you have, this entire zone to hit it into, right? And you just aim at that 150 marker there.